What's up, everybody? We're back again this week.
Hello.
Hope you all had a great week since last time we did a video. Hope things are going smooth and well for you guys. So today we have more news with Jessica and her hernia. Last video we talked about she was having a CT scan because she has that open wound on her belly where hernia is, and it's developed a tunnel. So you went to wound care this week.
Yep, I went yesterday, and they told me, well, for one, there's no infection, so that's good.
That's
a positive.
Fantastic news.
And she said the CT scan looked unremarkable, and okay, but so they could see the tunnel. She was kind of talking to me about like, hey, maybe we need to get this hernia fixed, fix the tunnel while they're in there. And she's like, have you ever talked to a surgeon? Well, I have talked to a surgeon like twice about it, and they don't want to do any kind of operation unless I'm cancer free. So.
Well, they said cancer free, but they were worried about putting that mesh in you because if the cancer clings to
it, yeah.
That's going to be a very bad scenario. So you were put as a high risk. And the surgeons pretty much flat out said, I'm not doing it.
So she just is wondering, like, how long is it going to take for the tunnel to heal? Because, when I'm on chemo, it makes healing very slow. And so it's just kind of like she wants me to talk to my oncologist about it again. And she was like, well, what surgeons did you, talk to about it? And it was the surgeons that like work with their company. So, but I'll talk to my oncologist. I don't know what she'll say, but.
How do you feel about having that surgery done at this point?
I don't know. I feel like it should have been done like a long time ago.
That's what I feel too. When it first started happening, you were in remission. Would have been a great time to do it then, but the oncologists didn't want to. And instead, we'll just kind of keep an eye on it, and it went from a little hernia to damn.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm uncomfortable with you going to do it because it's very uncomfortable for you. The wound in the tunnel creates a lot of pain, and I want that to be fixed and put away, but at what cost?
Yeah.
How far back is this going to set you?
Well, yeah, because if you have any kind of surgery, you have to stop treatment before and after. And
the way
we're not really in a spot to do that right now.
The way it has spread is not a great thing to do.
But the tunnel, like today, it's really bothered me. Like, it's kind of painful. Like just getting up and walking and.
Well, she wears a hernia binder, but it still creates friction, getting up and getting down, moving around, and, even laying in bed at night. There's only so many positions you can go into because of the pain that it causes. And her routine every day is, she gets up, she puts her binder on, she goes to work, she comes home, she takes a shower, and then we have to redress it, and which I'm glad we do that because it's keeping infection out of it. That's the biggest concern. But another concern is like, is it going to keep getting bigger? Is it, But she did say that it was getting smaller.
The wound is getting smaller.
So hopefully if the wound closes, that's going to cause that tunnel inside to close, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
But you can't afford to miss any more treatment.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's just like, it's either the treatment or the wound or the wound or the treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of juggling. So it's like 1 week you'll have the wound care stuff, and then you have to skip a treatment, and then I don't know.
So
it's tiresome. Did I say that right?
It is, but I did get treatment this week, so.
She did. And see, your treatment, again, it's like when you went into remission those 2 times, the treatments really kicked your ass.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like it's kicking your ass. And I'm not saying I want you down. I want you to feel that way. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it seems like every other time that the treatment hasn't like really put you down, it hasn't worked. You know, and that I guess that's just the double-edged sword of it.
Yeah. Well,
it makes me nervous. The more you feel good while you're doing treatment, the more nervous I get.
Well, that's just because I'm like.
I'm wondering if anybody else has gone through treatment, has felt pretty good, and it's still killed, you know, the cancer. That's what I want to know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe somebody watching this by chance will be like, hey, that happened to me, and give me a little bit of
hope. Every time the doctor goes, it's really gentle. That's when I'm like, ugh.
It's the gentle stuff that rocks you. Yeah. And then when they're like, this is gonna be rough, this is gonna be a tough one, she just breezes right through it.
So I was able to get treatment because my platelets went back up, so that's good. And then I will go Tuesday to get more blood work and see what they want to do. So.
And you said this last time they took a lot of blood from you.
Mm-hmm. They really checked a lot of stuff, yeah.
So that's I like it when they do these thorough checks, especially after this long stint of you having other complications with it.
Yeah.
So right now our biggest hope is, you know, we leave in a week for vacation, that all your numbers are good. Mm-hmm. You're feeling good, so we can go on vacation and enjoy it to where you're not just worn out and miserable. The wound is still going to create an issue, which you power through.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. So how do you feel overall? Like, you're known for being positive. You're known for taking positive from every situation and not letting it bring you down. But there has to be stuff going on in your head that you're not vocalizing to anybody.
Sometimes, like today, I was kind of like when my wound was hurting, you know, anytime I get up and do anything, it's kind of like, give me a little break here now, you know, like, just, but.
Oh, I feel the same.
I try not to dwell on it. Like, I mean, you can have your moments and.
Well, shit's going to pop up in your head.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and stuff pops up in my head also. But it's like you always say, it's okay, just don't camp there, because it can turn into something very depressing. And we've seen people with cancer that just more or less give up because they just, I don't know.
I mean, you can still live and have a good time and go through cancer treatment, you know. I mean, I guess I can't really say that for everybody because everybody takes it different, but, you know, it might affect other people, you know, differently than it does me.
Well, everybody's body is different, you know, but there's been times with the treatment where it's really knocked you down.
Yeah. But
again, it still didn't stop you.
No.
You know, we still went camping. We'd still do, you know, a weekend trip or get out of the house and do stuff. You know, but she has a pain tolerance that's like no other. I mean, if she's calling for a 3 or 4, that's an easy 7, 8 for normal people. And that's not an exaggeration. I mean, her pain tolerance is something out of this world. Even having babies, no drugs, no epidural, no nothing, just raw dogged it. That's probably not the term I should have used, but it still stands.
Oh, gosh.
But Whatever. Now I'm all fucking blushing. So yeah, it has its moments for both of us, but we don't really discuss it. I mean, we don't have in-depth conversations. That we bring it to each other's attention.
Yeah.
You know that, hey, this is bothering me. This is bothering me. And I think the reason why I don't sit down and go in detail with it, because it's an easy subject to really fall into depression with. And I have, since this has started, I've come in and out of depression. You know, there's times where I just don't want to see nobody. I don't want to be associated with anybody. I just want to be left alone. Just my wife, my kids, leave me the fuck alone. And then I'll come out of it and be like, hey, let's go do this and hang out with these people. And then it's kind of a vicious circle with me. You know, I wouldn't use the term depressed, but I know it brings you down at times.
Sometimes, yeah.
You know, and so many people have told us that I can't imagine what you're going through. I can't imagine. And I always tell people, don't even try, because it's hell. You know, even though we have a good life, we're still doing stuff, we're having fun, we laugh a lot, it's still hell. It's an emotional roller coaster that just does not let up. And when you think things are going good, it's like, bam, another obstacle, you know.
What is it? 2 steps forward, 1 step back?
Yeah. And that's the way it's been. And it's hard. It's emotionally draining. For you, it's very physically tough. You know, I get the physical toughness because of the stress that it brings on. But we have so much to be grateful for. And we do. And we're so blessed. And that's what we want everybody to know, especially those that have cancer, and those, like in my position, that I'm the caregiver, the direct caregiver of it, is even though you're fighting this evil disease, you can still be happy and live life. And even when I'm following my depression, I'm still happy, if that makes sense. And that may not make sense to some people. It's like I'm depressed about it, but we're still living life. We're still doing things. We're hanging out with friends. We're traveling. We're watching TV and laughing and, you know, really having a good time with life. Well, and that brings up my quote that I wanted to say today, that fear is a liar. You know? It is. I mean, and the more you think about it, you know, it's a liar, and it gets you in that mindset. And well, it's the what ifs. And the what ifs is the fear. Yes. And your stage 4 terminal cancer, there's 100 what ifs. But those what ifs are the fear, and the fear is what will stop you from living. You know, we don't want nothing to happen. We don't want setbacks or anything like that. But they're going to happen. It's the nature of the beast. But if you sit there and live in fear over it, you're never going to conquer it. You're not going to live. You know, my mom told me, my dad had stage 4 lung cancer, and he battled it for 18 months and passed away not too long ago. I mean, he's been gone for 5 years now, but from the time he died, from the time Jessica got diagnosed, it was only 1.5 years. And so all this was very fresh with us. And where the hell was I going with this? Oh, got it. So when my dad was dealing with cancer, that really messed me up. It was very hard for me to deal with. I've had friends die, but I've never really had any loved ones die. Like, my grandparents lived to be old, and they all passed away after my dad. Or no, before, around the same time. I lost 4 grandparents and my dad within like 2.5 years span. And my mom kept telling me, live in the moment, just live in the moment. And when my dad was going through cancer, I didn't know what the hell that meant. She would say it and I would agree to it, but I was like, what the hell do you mean live in the moment? It just didn't understand. It's like, my dad's not doing well, he's dying, how do you live in the moment? And it wasn't until you got diagnosed, that it made sense to live in the moment. And I do struggle with that. You know, I try to soak it up, but I do struggle, and there's been complications that I don't understand, that I struggle with living in the moment. And with me, when I worry or stress out, it comes across angry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'll tell them, it's like, I'm not mad at you. I'm stressed out. I don't know how to deal with this right now. And it comes off like I'm an asshole.
I feel like a lot of dads are like that because my dad was the same way.
So
when he was worried.
But now I'll communicate with Jessica and tell her, you know, hey, I'm not in a good headspace right now. It's nothing against you. And I'll tell our son Carson the same thing. It's just like, I'm very irritable. I'm very stressed. It's not you guys. Just leave me alone, you know. But usually I come home from work, and it's like when I get back with my family, I'm okay. Everything's right in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's because I kind of love you.
I kind of like you too.
Like? I said love. What the hell?
I love and like you.
Damn, you guys heard it. That's like saying I love you and they're like, thank you. Shit. So, live life. I got a quote and I didn't memorize it like she did. And it's an easy quote. It's just I get distracted. But mine is, believe in yourself when others don't. And I've had personal experiences in my life where I believed in myself, but others didn't believe in me. And it stopped me from accomplishing what I wanted. And it's kind of like this vlog. You know, I didn't believe in myself. And others didn't show, not you, or like my family, but others, you know, bring the idea up and they're just like, whatever. There's no support or anything. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what stopped me from doing it for so many years, even though I really, really been wanting to do this. But Jessica pushed it because she wanted to do it. She put belief in both of us. Believe in yourself when others don't, because it doesn't matter what the hell they think. This is your life. And another thing that hindered me is, like, I hate my voice on camera. I despise it. I hate it. Mm-hmm. I hate my laugh too on camera. She says sometimes I sound like Mr. Belding, which is hilarious. But puts.
There's nothing wrong with Mr. Belding.
Yeah, but and I never noticed that until she said it. I'm just like, so it's like a real excited, deep laugh. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, shit, I really do. But personal things stop you from doing things. The embarrassment of talking to a camera, to put myself out there, to put our lives out there, you know, it's not an easy thing to do. Mm-hmm. I don't watch most of these videos. I edit them, and I really don't watch them. There has been a handful that I have watched, but I don't watch them all because I just don't like myself on camera. And that's something I've forced myself to watch some so I can get over it, you know. Mm-hmm. But anyways, back on track. She is doing good. You know, she's tired. We both have a very hard time sleeping.
Yeah.
It's I actually went to a sleep study. I think I mentioned that in one of the vlogs. Mm-hmm. Let me talk about the sleep study here for a second. So I had to be at the hospital at 7:30 for this sleep study. And the sleep study doesn't start until 10:30. So you go in there, you do paperwork, they come and give you a rundown of what's going to happen. And they come in, they hook so much onto it. Hook stuff all over your head, your face, your chest, and your legs. And then they put a band around your waist and a band around your chest. And they're monitoring everything. Mm-hmm. And when I had the consultation, I told the doctor, you know, I have a very hard time falling asleep. Her, on the other hand, can lay her head on the pillow and be out like that. I have a hard time falling asleep. So it's like she falls asleep for half a night and then wakes up around the time I'm finally falling
Yeah.
asleep. So they prescribed me an Ambien pill to take. And they said that I'll take it 30 minutes beforehand because it takes about 20-30 minutes to be effective. So at 10 o'clock, the guy had me take the Ambien pill, and he's just finishing him up, putting that stuff on my head. I'm in bed. About 20 minutes later, you know, they turn off the lights, all this, and I had to lay on my back, which I can't. I just don't sleep that way. And I'm sitting there and sitting there and sitting there, and a significant amount of time has gone by enough to irritate me that I'm not asleep. Like, I really thought this pill was going to be like, boom, you're out. And sitting there in the dark with my eyes closed, and then I go to my side and I look at my phone, and it's 12:40 a.m. and I'm still not asleep. And I finally went to sleep, woke up at some point, kind of looked around, was able to roll back over, go back to sleep. Woke up again, same thing, and then on the third time I woke up, pardon me, I got a tickle in my throat. Anyways, my apologies. Then I woke up, looked at my phone, it was 5:09 a.m. They were supposed to wake me up at 6. Wake me up at 6. And the guy come in, he's like, "Are you done?" I'm like, "It's over, dude. I'm not going back to bed." So I actually got home before the time they were supposed to even woken me up. So that goes back to us, you know, we just have a hard time sleeping at night and getting rest, and then we get exhausted during the day, and we're both at work just kind of struggling. And with me, it's my mind doesn't shut down. Whatever's bothering me during the day just plays over and over. Or if nothing's bothering me, it's stuff like, man, what am I going to do at the backyard this year? What plans am I going to plan? What do I need to get done around the house? Or, you know, I love to fish, and it's getting to that season where I go out fishing, and so my mind just doesn't shut down. What's your problem? What wakes you up, do you think? You think it's the treatments?
Probably.
I know the first night and the second night, you're so jacked up on Benadryl and steroids that it's like you fall asleep and you come home, and then you get that second wind, and you're up the rest of the night.
Yeah. I don't know.
She'll get a few hours of sleep and then still go to work like a boss and put out a full shift.
Yep.
So, all right, guys. Well, that's kind of up to speed. In the following couple of weeks, our videos are going to be a little bit different because we're going to be on vacation, which we're going to document it and share our vacation with you. We're really looking forward to this. We got a lot of stuff planned for this vacation. Derek already contacted me and said on the days that we meet to record, he's probably going to be unable to do so. So you'll probably get Miss Jessica again. She's Derek's understudy.
Yes.
And then once we release that video, it'll be kind of stirred up a little bit. We'll still release on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but it's going to be vacation because we won't be here to record with.
Stay tuned
with it. Yes,
it's going to be fun.
Name one thing you're looking forward to most. Give them a little teaser on vacation.
Put me on the spot. In-N-Out. I'm craving an In-N-Out burger. Oh my goodness.
I grew up in the outskirts of Los Angeles. Grew up with In-N-Out, and it's just been something we enjoy. And the closest one we have to us is Dallas, Texas, and we go down there every so often. We plan a trip. We're those people to have In-N-Out. No, not just have In-N-Out. We do stuff. But yeah, we love In-N-Out, so it's a big treat, and for me, it's reminds me of growing up in California, the nostalgia part of it.
What about you?
Man, we're doing a lot. We are doing a lot. And the thing that I'm looking forward to the most, I won't say because I want it just to pump the video out.
Okay.
But the second thing is we're staying in the wigwams.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what the wigwams are, it's a hotel off of Route 66. We're staying the ones in Hallbrook, Arizona, but they're teepees. Mm-hmm. They're big, gigantic teepees that have, the room we got have 2 beds. Very basic. There's nothing. They have a TV, 2 beds, and a bathroom. There's no refrigerator, no pluses. But I'm super stoked. We've passed by them.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for years. We're big fans of Route 66. So being able to stay in these, we're really excited. I'm excited about. Mm-hmm. So, all right, guys. Thank you for all the support. Please hit the like button. Subscribe. If you have any suggestions, questions, comments, anything, feel free to leave them. You know, we the few that we get, we enjoy reading. Mm-hmm. And when we start getting a bunch, we'll start doing videos of picking some out, answering questions.
Yep.
There is no stupid question. There is no dumb question out there. Mm-hmm. Believe me, with this, what we're dealing with, we've had some pretty doozy questions. But if you don't know, you don't know.
Yep.
So, and it doesn't have to be about cancer. It can be about our lives. It can be anything, any kind of question.
Yeah.
So yeah, have a great week. We will see you next week for the regular scheduling, and then the week after that will be vacation. Mm-hmm. So,
okay.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.